Your doctor if you've been to areas certain fungal infections are common, and if you've had TB, hepatitis B, or proton infections, or have flu-like symptoms or sores. Don't start Humira if you have an infection.
Gotta get a burp. We got two in here. Come on, somebody check in. What's up? Just two? Three? I give it a couple minutes for everybody to come in. I'm just sitting here watching The Fugitive. Freaking a bear. Yep, hotel action in Iowa. It is hot. I can tell you that right now. Super hot. Oh. Yeah, where's everybody at? Sunday night. Figure some people would be around. Only two? I mean, that's all I'm seeing on my thing is there's two people in here. That's it? Three? Lagging. Two? Man, this is sucking. Oh my God, Selena's in here too. Look at that. Oh my God. 4. Five. I know it usually takes a few minutes on live feeds for everybody to come in. Oh, it's cool. We'll wait a few minutes. What's going on with everybody though? Selena is in here. She's commenting. Probably no notifications since I dropped all the other videos today. If anything, I would figure, I mean, when you sign up for the channel, hit the bell so you get notifications, you know what I mean? But then again, we're not that interesting, I guess. But I don't know. What's up, Fred in Pampa, Texas? What? I used to pull the milk tankers right there out of the KLB yard in Pampa. Right there on the main drag on Highway 60. I was doing that for a couple 3 months or whatever. Wasn't making no money. Truck broke down. I was done. We'll see how long we stay on tonight. Everybody say hi to Selena. She's in here commenting as well. She's at home. So everybody say hi to Selena. What's the percentage if I have my own trailer? He doesn't do that. The guy I run for, he doesn't do that with your own trailer. I mean, if I have my own trailer, I just go get my own authority, and then if I wanted to get loads off of him, he would take 10%. So I guess that kind of answers your question. If he brokers you a load, what's the noise? The heater just came on. The temperature's dropping outside. It's like well below freezing now. It got really cold up here, and a storm front moved in. It was blasting me earlier when I was driving in town. Let me turn this off for a while. Where's it at? There you go. Don't worry, it's going off. Don't worry. There. Magic. Now it's quiet. Unlike my wife. Right?
What? You want to change your bullshit stories,
You've seen me several times? In what? In Pampa? I don't know if you saw me several times, but might have seen somebody. But I mean, the KLB yard, if you know where that's at, right there in town, in Pampa with the yeah, I've seen truck Schmidt. I don't know what kind of cut he. Everybody's got their own deal. So, what am I paying for gas where I'm at? Somebody please correct the guy saying, what do I pay for gas? What do you call it? What do you call it? Somebody, please. Selena may chime in before everybody else because I grilled her on this a bunch of times too. Truckers don't buy gas. What do truckers buy? Truckers buy fuel. Truckers don't buy gas. What's up, Dual Stacks? So you had your chance last week to come meet me over in Otay Mesa. Now I'm up in Iowa, dude. Too bad, so sad for you. Could come over, had a beer, man. What's up? There he was right there in San Diego. Could have come over and finally met me for the first time, all that kind of stuff while I was in San Diego last week. Now, I'm going to have to hop on your moped and come all the way out to Iowa. That's the way it works. Everybody else drinking beer tonight? What's up? Oh, whatever, Dual Stacks. Making excuses. You know you were at home. Now, it's one of the seldom times I've ever gone to San Diego, too. I mean, in years, you know. Selena and I think went to San Diego in the past, like, 5+ years, almost 6 years. We went to San Diego, like, twice, you know. Maybe 3 times, I think. I can't even, but it was so seldom, you know. It's, like, even impossible to gauge how we could have worked that out, you know. Yep, go-go juice. That's what I always call it. Give me some go-go juice. Truck water, diesel, fuel. It's funny you say, yeah, don't put gas in that tank. It's kind of funny when we first got off the road for the first time. I remember I went back on the road for a little bit, and Selena said she had to take the car down to the gas station, and she couldn't remember. I think she even called me going, how do you put gas in the car again? That I know Selena can correct this, that I think she even called me or texted me and asked, like, it had been so long since she actually put gas in a car because I was on the road and I was always the one that filled everything up, that she never had to do anything. And all of a sudden she was in a position where she's like, I kind of forget how to gas up the car. Yeah, you called me. It was funny though. What's up, Brandon? ¿Qué pasa, señor? ¿Qué pasa, muchachos? ¿Te gusta la leche de mi palo? Yeah, but I remember Selena was seriously how to pay. Yeah. That was hilarious. So she called me. She's like, how do you pay for gas or something like that? And I'm like, what the holy hell? You can't tell me you forgot how to wipe your ass after a few years on the road. Hilarious. You know? Because it was that. I'm trying to think. I think there was a couple other things too. Like, how do we do that again? After she got off the road. Because I've been taking care of everything for years. You know, gassing up the cars, fueling up the truck, you know, everything. Just, she never had to do any of it, you know. It was just funny. Aww. I'm such a great husband. Oh, shit. Guys, gotta say, Dual Stacks was one of the first people that bought our merch back in the day. I remember that. He even sent us a picture of it. That he was wearing our Ball and Chain film shirt. I remember. I want to make a new line of shirts. I think we should get into the t-shirt business. I was thinking about, check this one out. I wanted to do one too that said in big bold letters across chest, vaccinated, and then in small print right below it with common sense, vaccinated with common sense. I thought that one would have been funny. Somebody's going to steal my idea now. They're going to make it. Watch. Another one. What was it? I wanted to get one with Biden, like an animated Biden character. But he's got like, he's holding like a dick, like a big dick, but he's holding a big syringe, and it says "I'm coming," like CUMMING. I'm coming for you underneath it, but he's like his dick is a huge syringe with like a couple of squirts coming at the end of it. I thought that one would have been funny too. And I forget the other one. Oh yeah, the one we had with the Vegas logo on it. Yeah, that one was pretty actually that was a cool shirt. I like that one. That was a good one. Then we had our original, the one some graphic design guy made for us that had like the skull and everything, and Ball and Chain Films thing, or 6ix9ine Mafia on it and stuff like that. I remember that. That was a cool one too. We had some of those. And then what else were? Oh, I was thinking of one too. Make like a dual shirt where it shows Biden. Or you could even do it with Fauci, I guess. But like they're holding a big fat syringe like a gun. And you know, it says like do as I say. And then right below it, even have like a colonial soldier with his musket. I'm saying, come make me, or something like that. I thought that'd be a cool shirt too. And then what's up, John? Oh shit, man. Stay sexy, bitches. What was that? Jeff P, where should I go lease a truck with less than stellar credit and 0 to low down payment? How about this? Take the time to build up your credit and get some more money in the bank. That will help guarantee success. If you try to go out on a shoestring and do it shitty, was it the saying goes, fail to plan, then you plan to fail. That would be the advice I give anybody now. Don't do it on a shoestring. Save your money, get a down payment together, especially with the way equipment prices are going and everything right now. I wouldn't recommend going out on a shoestring. You're going to get overpriced and jacked up and all this kind of stuff. I mean, if you can't stand being a company driver, find a halfway decent lease program to get into, I guess, that also guarantees the ability possibly to pay that truck off and keep it afterwards. Like, oh hell, what is it? I mean, there's like, what's that place out of Sapulpa, Oklahoma? John Christner. Maybe, I can't say either or. I mean, Prime kind of puts you in a position where you never pay off a truck. I know Junior did. He paid off his one truck, and he's working on paying off more of them. But he's been there a decade. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know how long you want to wait. If you can stand to be patient, build up your money, and rebuild your credit so it puts you in a position to buy a truck and do it the right way and become a real owner-op, that's what I would suggest. Don't do the shortcuts if you can help it. What is it? The lease program. You'd have to get more information on it, but like Western Flyer Express out of Oklahoma City, you can lease a truck through them. They charge you $145 a week and 30 cents a mile, variable lease payment. So you're looking at paying about like $1,000-1,200 a week, depending on how much you run for a truck payment. And then they have lease terms up to 72 months, and then it's a $1 buyout at the end of it. So I mean, if you can go do something like that, maybe. I don't know what kind of rates they pay or percentage or anything like that, but I wouldn't want to go do any of these programs. I'd rather just, in hindsight now, I'd rather save up my money for a true down payment on a truck, build my credit up, take my time. Otherwise, just keep sliding into company jobs that can pay the most money possible so you can get it built up quicker. But you know what I mean? It's like, don't do the shoestring thing. You're just going to end up shooting yourself in the foot. So that's my take on it. I mean, I get it, because it would not be a direct thing. I missed out on a whole bunch of comments here. I live in West North Carolina. Any chance to haul from Texas to North Carolina and back? Looking for options to leave Prime, help a brother out. I mean, if you're willing to run over the road, but still get home to North Carolina. Sorry, I'm just catching up. Yeah, if you want to go to North Carolina, place we're running with, the bread and butter stuff is out of Texas, and then he always works me back to Texas. So living in Lubbock is like perfect central point for me to do what I do. If you live in other states, you just got to count on he'll get you home whenever he can, but you might have to wait for it. And getting to North Carolina shouldn't be too hard. There's plenty of freight going to North Carolina, but you just have to count on, like, if you're wanting direct freight, like, I got to be home every weekend or something like that. Yeah, this ain't the place for you. You know what I mean? You're not gonna be happy with your home time schedule if you're counting on being home all the time, and you're better off finding something more generated right around your area, maybe to get you out and back, something like that. Find if there's a direct shipper that somebody contracts with in the area right there. just like what we do, we have a direct customer that we deal with in North Texas that we always take loads out of North Texas, take them out somewhere, and then work our way back. But when we get back to Texas, we always have loads waiting to go back out again. So wherever you're out in the world, that might be something to check into. I mean, we happen to luck out and be living in Lubbock and find a guy that works directly out of Lubbock and brokers loads right out of Lubbock that we can take and go out and then work our way back, but we always have loads out of North Texas. So that's always a great thing. Gotta get a beer. Oh, yeah. God damn it. Turn the TV down? It's like down on 2. I was watching The Fugitive, man. I love that movie. But I've seen it so many times I can watch it with the volume off and I know exactly what's happening. I'm sure a lot of people I like the money you were getting, but I'm spoiled in the Southeast. Yeah. Truck broke down. No, I just got a hotel. I'm here in Lamar's, Iowa. There's only one little truck stop. Was it Quick Star here in town? I was like, screw that, dude. They got truck parking at this hotel. There's a Walmart and a Hy-Vee right here. I walked over, got some beer, got a room, I got a shower, I can take a shit. I got a bathroom. Little things you forget. Being like people that are home every day and living their life. It's like when you got to get up in the middle of the goddamn night, put on all your clothes so you can go into the truck stop and take a shit. It's like, god damn it. Plus the temperature is dropping down to 17 here tonight. I could either stay in the room and just be here and warm and whatever. Otherwise, I'd be running the truck all night and probably blow $30 of fuel anyways. Just get a room, save the money. You know what I mean? Go out, crank truck up in the morning, got to wait a while for it to warm up. But I got to be in a room all night, warm, have a few beers, take a shower, take a dump. There's a Taco Bell right over here. I need to get something to eat. I don't know if they're still open. It's Sunday night. I don't even know. Maybe I'll have to order a pizza if it comes down to it, if I get really hungry. Or go back out the truck and get some of that food. But as of right now, I'm feeling all right. See what happens. See what happens with it, God. Sorry, the comments aren't even popping up for me. Yeah, The Fugitive is a great thing. Copyright. I doubt the faint sound of me talking with that in the background was going to be a copyright issue, but. And I couldn't get the Webesto going, yeah. Yes, rooms are a good investment in yourself. I like them. I'm sitting here in a semi-comfortable padded chair right now. Although this place, it's the Lamar's Inn. It looks like it used to be something like a Super 8 or something like that. It became the Lamar's Inn. It's pretty trashed. I mean, it's not a great hotel by any stretch. Here, let me show you real quick. I'll smash around. You can see though. Got some god damn it. Where's that? Oh, here it is. So you can see I got my Bears TV. There's some mystery meat right here on the thing here. If you look over here, what the hell is that on the ice bucket? I don't know. Okay, is that blood? Something? I don't know. Yeah, whatever smudges on the table here and stuff. You look up here on the wall, blood splatter. It's like Dexter was in the goddamn room. I don't know what the hell that's all about. You guys see all this? It's like, what the hell was somebody doing in here, man? But they obviously didn't clean it. It's either coffee, beef stew, or there was a homicide in here. All right. TV's decent. All right. You know, standard stuff. It's got the fridge and everything, just like a Super 8. This looks like a Super 8. You know what I mean? It's got regular crap, but it's kind of run down. Oh, the lamp. I don't know where the hell this lamp came from. Look at this thing. Who the hell has a lamp with the founding fathers on it or French aristocracy? I don't know what the hell that was all about. You walk over here to the door, of course. Good security measures, right? At least I gotta do now. I guess I can do this. So, housekeeping lady walking down. Now the bathroom is the other funny thing. That's the light. Oh, here. That's the bathroom. Look how dark that bastard is, dude. That's the light. That's all they got. Super dark in here. So you got to come back out here. Turn that light back on. So you can actually have a little light in the bathroom. Oh my God. And then of course, it's an enclosed room with a smoke detector right in the middle of the room if it actually works. Oh yeah, it's got a light. So it works. So you gotta, half time you get in these ghetto ass hotels, smoke alarms don't even work. So I can come in here. Because you get the fan running. Because you know, I want to vape. I'm drinking, I'm vaping. Could sit here, take a few puffs for a minute while we're just chilling. Sorry, I'm missing all these comments. They're not even popping up. Yes, I have more room for hookers and blow. They wake up to take a dump at a truck stop, yeah, and then typically it's got like 3 toilets like that, and they're all full. Or you walk in and the guy that was in it just before you walked in and just took a piss all over the seat and walked out, and then you got to walk in pinching your ass together. What else? What else? Sorry, phone's tripping. Well, up in Oshkosh, you got snow and freezing ice. Well, I guess ice is already kind of frozen, isn't it? Yeah, you can tell too, they probably have stellar Wi-Fi. I'm still on my 5G right now. 4G actually, because Lamar's doesn't look like it has 5G. I'm in Arkansas, 62 years old, haven't worked in 8 years. Everyone wants 3 years of history. Well, if you haven't driven in several years, probably got to go back to some kind of like training program or something now that a lot of places put up so they can get you insured. That's a big deal of it. You're gonna go with the homicide? Yeah, me too, bro. That's what it looked like to me. That was Edison's lamp. That has the first like little filament string light bulb in it. The lamp is from the 60s. I would even guess the 50s. What's up, Mike from Cleveland? What's going on, man? Where'd Selena go? She hasn't made a comment in a couple of minutes. What's going on? So you just turn the fan on in here. And you close it. And let it ventilate. Yeah, it's kind of ghetto though. They like this shit's just put miscellaneously, lamp, luggage rack. Yep, crypto took a dump. Time to buy more, man. We're getting paid here in a couple days, and I'm gonna cut off a big old chunk and go buy more Shiba. Go. Gonna go buy more Shiba. I don't know. We were talking about like which ones were maybe some more Ethereum or something like that. Look like a lamp my great grandma had. I mean, yeah, there's literally like colonial people on it. Like was it the Boston Tea Party? Or actually, if you really, it's a guy and two chicks. Kind of makes you wonder. He's going, yeah. I'm gonna gape the both of you. You're not gonna shit right for a week, either one of you right now. I got chalk in my hair. Both these chicks look at him, they're like, oh, he's gonna butt rape both of us. Oh my God. Oh. I best go put some powder on my big fro muff vag and get ready for the Stinkfish Festival. That's what I think. Because you know those chicks back then, oof. Yeah, wooden teeth. Bearded mangina. Yep. Never's probably saying, this guy talks to himself in the bathroom a lot. Would you rather hear me talking or fucking dropping atom bombs in there every time I have a major butt blow and the whole building rumbles or something like that? I never drove. Been looking at Millis. I can't tell you anything about Millis. I mean, any trucking company offers a training program. It's been way too many years since I've been wrapped up in a training thing and what companies are doing what. You know what I mean? If you're looking for comprehensive training, go in places like Prime. I mean, if you want to get trained, I would say Prime was always a good one. You know, it was a good training, good equipment, all that kind of stuff. I would definitely, from everything I've heard, do not go to Trans Am, do not go to USA Truck. I might, I would avoid Swift, avoid CR England. Prime would be a good one, I guess. Like I said, Millis, I would probably make sure too that it's like one-on-one training, that you have a trainer, and it's just like I know CR England was putting like 3 people in a truck, 3 trainees in a truck or some crap like that. It's like, say what? Like they actually made CR England trucks with the condo top where you're sitting there driving and stuff. They actually put a bunk right above you in the condo, so you're like a sardine wedged up in there or something like that too. That they were trying to maximize. You got one guy driving, one guy on the top, and another guy in the bunk, while the trainer is in the passenger seat all the time, training 3 different dudes. And it's like, what in the holy hell, dude? Talk about desperate. It's like, no, screw that. You got to consider at some point, like, is it really worth it, to be in that kind of scenario for up to a couple, 3 months while they train you and you got to live like that? No, not my bag. Trucking don't mean that much to me, and I'm doing this for almost 25 years. And it's like, no, I'm not that desperate. Yeah, there's enough other workout, especially considering there's 10 million plus open jobs in the world, right, in the country right now. It's like, go find something else to do, because you ain't gonna make that much money trucking, especially for the first few years. That's gonna get you ahead. It's like, no, I wouldn't even bother. Go learn to do something else. Trucking ain't that important. I mean, it's my opinion. I wouldn't do this training crap that everybody's requiring now, and to live on slave wages for months or even a few years until you get on your feet to just be a truck driver. It's like, why? Unless you just want to learn to be, I would say actually, like, you were saying you're 63 years old, say you want to go buy your own truck. So you go through the training process and get a little bit of experience, like say a year experience. You're gonna want to go buy a truck because you have some money built up in retirement or something like that that you could cash out and go buy a truck. That I could see if you just want to spend your later years of working right now to build something more, but don't just go be a truck driver at 63 years old. I would not recommend it. It's like, nah, screw that. You can go find other things to do for roundabout. I mean, because when you get into trucking too, you got to consider like, oh, you make 80,000 a year being a truck driver. Okay, but how much do you spend on the road every year for food, lodging, extra crap? Because when you're dealing with truck stops, they jack the prices up 3 times over. You're going to be of that 80,000 bucks you make as a truck driver. Once you get actually experienced and make 80,000 a year, it's like you're going to be spending a big chunk of it living on the road all year. And unless you have no overhead, like a house, apartment, rent, car payment, child support, whatever, you know what I mean? If it's just money going to the bank, then yeah, you might get ahead. But overall, is it worth it? No, not to me anymore. It's like, nope, absolutely not. So, you know, the money you make on the road, you can make good money, but you have to consider too, it costs a lot to live on the road too. You do get fleeced as a truck driver. All the truck stops are fleecing you. Everybody's screwing you out of money. Is it worth it? Meh, you know. Got all these goddamn, sorry, comments popping up. Got something for you, C's. What is that all about? Oh, C's. Oh, you deleted them. I didn't even see the messages. Sorry, they're not popping up. You must have had a blast, man. Got 4 messages deleted. Ever had to shit? Ever had to shit pushed in after you get your pick? Oh, shit. Okay, I gotta go. I'll check back in a bit, see if you're still alive. All right, man. Thanks, Dual Stacks. Catch you later, man. Huge carriers depend on desperation. Yeah, they do. That's why you see people coming out of, say, lower income neighborhoods and everything. I mean, call it what it is. Like you see a lot of, I always notice like Trans Am trucking. You see a lot of young black dudes there. They must entice these dudes to come over, like, we'll promise you the world and shit. And I get it. These dudes want to get a job. They want to better their lives and all this kind of stuff, and they'll take whatever they can grasp at to, you know, get it going. You know, you see a lot of dudes come from lower income, impoverished backgrounds and stuff like that that are working for these places. And, you know, they promise them like the world, and then they get them in there. Like, yeah, we'll pay you 25 cents a mile or whatever they pay them. It's something just super low, and these guys think they're getting a good deal. And it's like, no, you ain't. It sucks. Don't. We can do it, we can do it, we can do it, we can do it, all deleted. Yeah, it's pitiful. It is. You know, I feel bad for all these dudes who get into trucking out of desperation, and they just want to get out, and a lot of them get caught up in the thing too, especially when you're younger. Like, I want to be a baller. I want, that they think they're going to go out and make a ton of money, and you come to find out pretty quick it's a lot of false promises, and a lot of smoke and mirrors and all this kind of stuff and whatever. So yeah, that overall, guys that are getting into trucking nowadays that are trainees and everything, they're making less than minimum wage. You come to find out a lot of time, and yeah, you're getting screwed. It's not worth it. I mean, if you can get beyond it, build your money up, and then move on to be an owner op and do your own thing, like what we all do now. Years later, that it can work out. But ultimately, I wish 25 years ago I would have just gone to do something else instead of this now, instead of all the heartache and headaches you had to go through just to get to where you finally are. I mean, it took a lot of sacrifice, and it took, relationships and marriages ending and all this kind of stuff that you go through in order to finally get to a point that, hey, now I'm making 200,000 plus a year, yay! But what did it cost you in the meantime? That's what I think. So, well, shit. Been on for 41 minutes. Just want to check in. I put up 5 videos today. 5. Not a job, it's a lifestyle, and there is a price to pay. Yes, there definitely is. Anybody who was watching the videos today, was that cool? Did you like me putting up 5 shorter videos today? Like just all throughout the day? Especially the one about Selena using the magic toilet seats at the Sapp Brothers in Nebraska City. She's in there rubbing one out. I always thought that was funny. Whenever we went to the Sapp Brothers in Nebraska City, and it had the magic toilet seats with the bidet with a little water squirter, Selena would be in there rubbing one out. I always thought that was hilarious. She'd come back out and she'd tell me about it. She's like, yeah, I was in there busting a nut on their little magic little water stream that was coming up. I mean, of all the things we could have been out here on the road doing and everything, it was always great that she was going in and actually flicking her bean on the toilet at the Sapp Brothers. Fantastic. I wish you would have just made some video of it. That would have been great. I agree with you, Jimmy. Been out here 19 years myself, and this career cost me my marriage and everything. I think sometimes for what? Yeah. When you said you pulled the lady's pants off and threw them across the room like a kite, that was funny. Yeah, I'm a funny guy. I'm hilarious. I make jokes. Funny thing is, my jokes come from real stories. So that's how they can be so funny, because it's based in truth. I didn't have to make it up. It's actually hilarious shit that happened to me. And in retrospect now, looking back over the years and stuff, like all this stuff happened years ago, and it's like, thinking back that we've all moved down the road in life and everything. I've gotten older and everything, and I was presented with the opportunity to, slay some ass in the past. And, You sure you just don't miss Jeremy, Selena? She don't miss me. She don't even like me. What are you talking about? She's glad I'm gone. She hopes I never come back. Just keep sending the paychecks, bitch. Shit, John G. Have a coffee. Thanks, John. Stay sexy, bitch. But yeah. More than I realize. Oh. Sorry. Getting enough beers in me now. I need another smoke. Everybody knows how that goes. Oh, God. Oh, foamy. Oh, it tastes like pot roast. What's up, Tommy? You happy you're based in Lubbock now? Weather around Champaign, Illinois was ridiculously dreary today. Yeah, I'm curious to see what happens over here in Iowa too, because it's going to get down to 17 degrees tonight. and a big old front was blowing in while I was driving up here to Lamar's out of Sioux City, and I was getting blown off the road, man. It was gnarly. I was like, God damn, dude. Like, truck grabbed me a few times, even though I'm like 76,000 pounds. Grabbed me a few times and like drove me onto the rumble strip and stuff, and I was like, son of a bitch. So, missed the FedEx days. I remember the FedEx days. We didn't make a lot of videos because it was so repetitious, you know. I don't think it was until like we had a little bit of a lull on the FedEx run and we weren't making as many videos, and then we had a little bit of a lull after that. Like we went to Traveloco and did all that, came back, and then we got the CHI garage door run, and we're making a lot more videos doing that because I had more things to talk about because our runs were more filled with activity, I guess. You see quite a few CHI trucks. When we go down to Carbondale. Oh, that's Illinois, isn't it? Thanks, Tommy. Actually, like I said, it makes it, if I upload these little shorter videos throughout the day, it makes it a lot easier. As long as I got internet, of course, because I go through some pretty rural places and stuff for stretches. But as long as I can keep uploading them all day, you know, like I put up 5 videos and now a live feed, that it was easy just to film 5 or 10 minutes and put it up. You know what I mean? So if I can keep doing that all the time, then it boosts up the amount of content you're putting out ultimately too, and you get more exposure, get reviews, get more subs. Hopefully that's way. And if people like that, where there's multiple videos a day, even though they're just short, but it's just throughout the day, day to day, what's going on, stuff like that, I wouldn't mind making those kind of videos. I mean, it makes it a little bit easier on me than having to do a lot of editing and cropping and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, okay, Carbondale, yeah. The video filming today. Go Salukis. What is Salukis? Well, the John Reynolds guy is saying he's never driven before. He's actually looking for a legit place to start driving at. If I heard that right, or if I read that right earlier, he has no driving experience. So actually, yeah, going to one of the mega carriers, getting trained, doing your time a little bit, and then heading out on your own. After you get a little experience, 6 months to a year. Oh, okay. 8 years since you drove, so yeah, you're gonna have to go through a refresher program of some sorts. If you still have an active CDL, you'll have to go through a refresher where they take you out on the road for a couple weeks, up to a month or something like that, and check you out and make sure you can do it. The IGA in Hoopston. I used to go to Hoopston. To Kirby Foods? Yeah, I also delivered to Kirby Foods when I was at Drake in Champaign. Kirby Foods was another one. Oh, okay, never drove. See, told you. I was right. I have one more puff and then I'm gonna go drink. Yeah, you're gonna have to find you a mega carrier that's willing to train you and shit. Gonna have to go through that whole thing, get your CDL, get your permit, CDL, train. You know, which sucks. About it right now, like, would I want to go through all that again? Nope. Lame. Yep. Now, if you're going to get trained, you're going to have to go to some mega carrier probably. And I mean, if you found a smaller carrier that was willing to take you on and train you like that, they're few and far between. The mega carriers are the ones where you're going to get your training. You have to go through that whole thing and deal with the low wages and all the BS and dealing with lifestyle changes and, you know. Am I thinking of buying a new rig? Yeah, a lot. I'm on truck paper all day. I'm checking out dealerships around the country that I've found. And first choice I'm looking at is to get a pre-emission KW, you know, W900 or Pete 379, possibly a 389. There's a lot of 389s on the market too. I've seen quite a few that have glider kits and they've been deleted too or whatever. So, you know, the prices are way up on all equipment. So I guess we can break the news too, like she's talking about. She wants to go on trips with me. Shortly, Selena will no longer be working at the company where she has put in her notice. It's also another little new development. She will no longer be working at the company. She got caught sucking the owner's dick, and now she's getting fired. So I'm just letting that one soak in for a minute. She was trying to get a raise, didn't work out. Her skills were not up to par. So, I mean, you know, I'm not mad at her. You know, you gotta do what you gotta do. I mean, first, you know. Yeah, I'll get smacked. Jeremy, I gotta go home? For what? If anybody didn't watch an earlier video today, for 2 weeks, I'm about to bring home about 15,000 bucks. Getting paid what? Are we getting paid tomorrow or Tuesday? The 7th or the 6th? Yeah, 20 bucks, 20 bucks. Cocaine on your butt crack is cocaine on your butt crack. You know, it's like, do what you gotta do. Tuesday. Get paid on Tuesday. As soon as I get that settlement too, I mean, I'll make another video and actually, just like I did a couple videos back or whatever, I actually showed our settlements and stuff that, you know, when people, oh, you're not making that, you're full of shit or whatever. Here you go. That. So Aaron, explain, why do I gotta go home? Is it because you're there right now and I have to come home to receive a confession that the kind of rando dudes hanging outside my doorway right now? Is that what's going on? What's going on? Somebody explain. Send me video. I want to see what it's all about. Kind of like in that movie Airplane, when the chick picks up the phone in the middle of the night and she's like, I've got to go. You'll have to see your own out. And there's a horse laying in the bed with her. She's in there banging a horse. Look at Selena getting all offended. I sit here and make jokes and be sarcastic, and everybody, oh my God, how can you say that? So I roll. Kind of guy I am. Am I leased on somewhere? Yes. I am leased on with a company called Trucks Are Rolling out of Lubbock, Texas. It's It's a small carrier. I don't even know how many trucks he has, but it's not many. Runs reefers and milk tankers. I run on the reefer side, the over the road side, where typically you make more money. It's got 15 trucks. Okay. And Shane put me in the doghouse. I learned that a long time ago. You never let your woman put you in the doghouse. Fuck all that. I mean, I'm not talking about Selena. I'm just talking about in general. If you go home and you let your woman run you, then overall, isn't it better to have a new truck and get the benefit of warranty, etc., than buy a used truck? It'll probably break something every 3 to 4 weeks. I mean, that depends. I get. I mean, I tug of war with the same logic all the time. Um, it's kind of a hard thing to come around on though when a lot of new trucks that you get too, they break down all the time too because of DPF systems. So it's kind of like on one end of it, if you can work on your own truck a little bit and a lot of bolt-on stuff, all this kind of shit, and you get a pre-emission truck and it's in good shape, and say if I was going to go buy a pre-emission truck right now, like 2007 on back, I would want to see a fairly recent rebuild on the motor, possibly a rebuild on the tranny and the rears, and that it's just in generally clean shape. Then it's worth paying the money for. Otherwise, I would not step into a DPF truck anymore that is more than a couple of years old. Like we got a 2015 Cascadia, and it hit an older truck, a used truck that is a DPF truck. Otherwise, yeah, I can see the benefit of going new. You know what I mean? New trucks, at least you have the warranties, and you got like up to 500,000 miles to deal with that. And by the time they start breaking down and the warranty is ending, then maybe you'll be in a better position to sell it and either move on to a new truck, or maybe you've bettered your situation where you do still want to go do a pre-emission truck or a glider truck or something like that and pay the money for that, or just go new again, after. I mean, really, if you're managing your money right, if you go buy a new truck and the payment's $3,000 a month, okay, but you run your business right, and for 3, 4, 5 years, you don't really have any mechanical problems with that truck. You make your payment and you build your cash on top of that. By the time it comes around to trade this one in and go do the next one, financially, yeah, you should be in a position that you can afford another truck and keep that routine going and just make your payments, not have as many maintenance concerns. And now with DPF trucks, who knows? DPF trucks pose their own quandary. You never know what DPF trucks are going to do anymore. And if the DPF system takes a dump within a couple of years, like I said, it's really hard to tell anymore. Trucks, even brand new trucks, are highly questionable. They're highly suspect. Like, what are they going to do? You never know. The thing is, if it breaks down and it's covered under warranty, that's cool. But that $3,000 a month payment don't stop. So you better make sure that while the truck is running, you're just stacking your money to cover those payments. Because what if the thing's down, especially with parts shortages and all this kind of thing going on? What if it's down for 3 months and you got to cover, $10,000, $12,000 in truck payments and insurance payments in those 3 months that you're waiting on the parts to come in to replace your DPF system? That's another issue. Whereas if, say, you had an older truck, no DPF system on it, so you don't have to worry about that. But it had an engine issue or a tranny issue or something like that, but then you got to put out $10,000 on that, even though you have little to no payment. So do you want to put out $10,000 to $12,000 on a DPF system paying for the payments, or do you want that you're paying to replace something in the tranny or the motor or whatever that costs a lot of money? But overall, probably with a pre-emission truck, you'll be up and running sooner under a lot of circumstances nowadays than you would with a new truck waiting on parts. So a pre-emission truck, especially if you get it and it's in fair condition, you may fare better with a pre-emission truck nowadays than some of these DPF trucks, new trucks, because you never know these things go down, and they're down for months right now. Legit. The numbers are, you're looking at, like, you could be down 2 to 3 months waiting on parts right now for a new truck. So all things to consider when you really get down to brass tacks. So just saying. And I'm not seeing the comments again. Might put me in doghouse. Y'all never tell old folks like me how to do it when you're retired. So John Reynolds wants to know, how do you do trucking when you're retired? I mean, if you want to go get your CDL and then find some little hop around job or something like that where you work part-time just to pad your income, I mean, there's no problem with that. You can do that too. But if you're freshly wanting to go after your CDL, if you want to go to a mega carrier to get your CDL and get trained, or if you go to a trucking school and then find something from there. Yeah, death sucks, yes. Overall, you will have more money at the end of 5 years with the old pre-emission truck. That's my opinion. Yep, probably. Would you rebuild the motor in the Freightliner? It basically just had a minor rebuild, and it's not showing any signs of problems with the motor. So it's basically had a rebuild at this point, so I'm not worried about it. So would trucks break down less if they didn't have DEF? Well, DEF is different than DPF, diesel particulate filters. DEF was just, it came in after 2012. So, but ultimately, yes. I mean, if you're meaning a DPF system and DEF, yes. Would trucks break down less if they didn't have a DPF system? Absolutely. It's already been shown. If you have a high truck payment, it's hard to go home, right? Yeah, if you're always chasing the payment, it's always stressing you out, and it's harder to take more time off and everything. Like, our truck is cheap. If I want to take time off, once we get our money built up a little bit and I want to take time off, our truck payment is only $864 a month. So it's like not a big deal, as opposed to $3,000 a month. So yeah, it's a big difference. So John Reynolds, you just want to get a job. Well, I mean, there's plenty of jobs out there. If trucking is what you want to do, then by all means, dive in head first. Just go do it. Don't find a trucking school to go to. They finance it and all this crap. Just go to trucking school and then get out and try and find a job. There's plenty of trucking jobs out there. It's just a matter of who's going to accept you once you get your CDL. Who's going to train you? Who's going to, give you that boost? You know what I mean? So just keep that in mind. What's up, Tim? That has been a long time, hasn't it? Trying to keep up with the messages. But yeah, Tim, what's going on, man? I recognize your name. I remember. Been a long time. If we've ever actually met, somebody might have to remind me sometime. They're like, oh, remember we met at that whorehouse down in Tijuana with the donkey show? And it's like, oh yeah, I remember that. Selena was there. That's how we met. She was a girl working at the donkey show, and I pulled her out of there and said, hey, I don't want to hurt you like that. Trust me, I'm really small. Right? Yeah, after Selena got done doing that donkey show down in TJ, I let her know right away. I go, hey man, you ain't got to worry about me. I'm just normal. I may not hit the sides or the back, but I'll give the middle hell, That's how I roll. I may not be memorable, but you'll remember me. thought about getting into hotshot trucking. I mean, if you get into hotshot, I mean, I know a lot of that stuff doesn't require a CDL and stuff, so that's cool. If it means not getting your CDL and all that, I know the rates typically are lower in hotshot trucking, but then your overhead isn't as much either, so I don't know. I don't know enough about hotshot to really comment on it. I don't know what the rates are looking like. I don't know. That's a lie. Jim is hung like a donkey. Yeah, donkey that's about 300 times smaller than the average donkey. No, I remember Tim. No, like I said, I recognize your name. Yeah, we've had people in come and go over the years and everything. I recognize your name. It's just I can't always place everything, but I know you've been around forever, dude. I know. But yeah, no, I mean, good news is wait stations love hotshot. Yeah, wait stations too because I think there's a lot of hotshot trucks that do run e-logs now and stuff because they become more federally mandated, regulated. Um, but like I said, I don't know enough about hotshot and what they all do to really give you a full opinion about it. Um, but I know where hotshots several years ago, it was like to be a hotshot driver was a great thing because you weren't regulated at the time and all stuff. Well, they caught on to that pretty quick and said, "Oh hell no, you need a DOT number, you need insurance, you need all this crap, you need a." In some situations with the goosenecks and stuff like that, no, you got to have a CDL for this crap, dude. You know, it's like they started really locking down. It was like a loophole for a while with hot shots as opposed to trucks that like I know it was a big thing too with like the car haulers where they could get a car hauler gooseneck that hauled like 3 cars so they could when eBay Motors was blowing up and all that stuff several years ago and so they would load up 3 cars and get these good rates but you didn't need a CDL, you didn't need all the coverage and all this kind of stuff. You could basically have it was like the same thing as having a F-350 and hauling a fifth wheel with a gooseneck. You know what I mean? That you could get away with a lot of shit without the insurance and without any DOT authority. You blow way stations, everything because you were just a hotshot. And they said, whoa, 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 hold on a sec. You know, and they started bringing it back down. That's what I remember about it. That shit's rated for like 30K now. Okay, so you rated up to 30,000 pounds. I mean, like I said, I don't know enough about it. I've never done it. I mean, if you can make anything you can do in this world that makes money, go do it. It's like, whatever, dude. If you got a Class C license and you can do hotshot and not have to go get your Class A and it's not regulated as hard and it doesn't have all the insurance requirements or something like that and you can make money with it, go do it. Whatever makes you money, man. Run it. What else are you going to do with your time? Sit around with your thumb up your ass? Whatever makes you money, go do it. That's, whatever hustle you can get going, do it. You know, a lot of guys are always worried about, I want to get into trucking and everything. Well, if you can find something else to do than just trucking, like I said, I've already got my Class A. I'm already in it. It's like, this is what I do. It's what I'm good at. I'm not I'm not a mechanic. I'm not a stockbroker. I'm not a lawyer. I am a truck driver. So it's what I do. And like Selena was actually giving me kudos the other day when I was at home about talking about like she drove truck with me for years too, but that she was always amazed, which I sit there and shrug at and I go, I don't know what you're talking about. Because it's just what I do, but how I would drive a truck, how I would maneuver a truck, how I would back into spots, how I would do things. how I would just, whatever I did, she was like, yeah, I could drive truck down the road fine and do this and whatever. But when it came to the differences between what she thought of driving truck and what I did with driving truck, I mean, she was paying me a compliment, and I get it, and I appreciate it in a sense, but I don't think of it that way because it's just what I do every day, so I never think of it. But that she was always amazed at how I could do things with a truck that she could never even formulate in her head, as far as backing, maneuvering, handling traffic in adverse situations and all these kind of things. She was sitting there giving me all these kudos because it's just like I just did it and it just happened and it was second nature to me and stuff. And apparently the comparison being made there between me and Selena, it was never her second nature. She couldn't formulate these kind of things that I just did without even thinking about it and stuff. So she may chime in here about it too. I'd clarify the situation or the conversation, but that was kind of how it came off, that like I've been doing this for so long that it's just what I do. Whatever hustle you can get into, go do it. If you want to be a truck driver, go do it. If you want to do Hotshot, go do it. If you want to go flip burgers at McDonald's and bang Conchita back in the food storage closet, go do it, man. Go back there and eat a Big Mac and pound a Big Mac. You know what I mean? It's like, hey, go do it. Whatever. I don't know. Stick your dick up a tailpipe. I don't know. Whatever you want to do. Just go work. Go make it happen. I nailed it? Yeah, I did. Didn't I? Yeah. Nailed it. But no, it's just like if it came like me driving truck, Selena has been a welder, plumber, pipe fitter, and a truck driver on top of it. But if she and I were to sit down and weld something, I would not question her ability to weld. You know what I mean? It's like these kind of things. Just, I guess I've been doing this long enough where maybe being humble about it, I don't think of myself as like, oh, I'm some great truck driver or anything like that, where I understand a lot of this stuff is just like second nature because I don't even think about it. Like when I'm going to back into a spot super tight, I got this, I got that, I'm backing in off a main road or something, like whatever, I just wheel around, flip on flashers, yeah, whatever, and start doing it, where other people will be freaking out, but there's people that do other things too that they're masters at, and maybe it's time, I don't know, is that you'd be fitting some pipe for sure. Well, you going over my house right now, man? What's up with that? You gonna be fitting some pipe? No, but I just think about it too. I mean, because you always think like, I don't know, humility, I guess, or whatever. I just sit here and think about when people compliment me on truck driving, and I just shrug because I think of it like, I don't know, it's just what I do. I don't consider myself to be, oh, I'm super trucker Jeremy, or whatever. I don't know. It's typically I can remember back to when you first start driving the first couple of years, you think you're Mr. Shit. You know what I mean? Look at me, I nailed that in one shot, man. Brr. It's like, I don't give a fuck if I do 20 pull-ups now or I hit it in the first try or whatever. Like I see guys accelerating while they're backing up. But then I remember 20 years ago, I would accelerate when I backed up. Like, oh, yeah, motherfucker, It's like now I just put in idle. And I just la 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 la. Selena's in the chat. Now that's kind of the difference too with time. You calm down, you become more patient, and experience pays off after a while, all this kind of stuff, I guess. But as far as when people become, hey, I don't want to say masters of their skill, of their trade or their skill craft. It's like a thing of, I don't take myself as a master because I'm still willing to learn, you know? And why I'm in a hotel? Because I didn't feel like staying in the truck tonight. Why do I have to live like an animal every night? Screw that. I got a hotel. Plus, it's going to get really cold tonight. Didn't feel like staying in the truck. Got some brews. So you are replacing this Selena tonight? No, Selena's in the chat. Talk with her. She's at home right now in Texas. I'm in Iowa. She's in the chat. So anything you want to talk to Selena about, say hi. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, Selena's here tonight too. She's in the chat. She's talking. So welcome, Linda. Everybody say hi to Linda. She's new. Just checking in. So Linda, to bring you up to speed, I'm Jeremy. Selena, she's at home. Everybody say hi. Linda's new. She's checking in. Now, Linda may not like me in a few minutes after I speak my mind and talk about whatever the hell I want to talk about. But then she's got to understand, too, on the flip side, Linda, that I do have my wife, Selena, at home. Me and Selena have driven truck for the past 5 years together and stuff like that. She's at home now. I'm still out on the road. So if you're new, you'll understand pretty quick. I'm a dirty bastard. I talk about whatever I want. Selena is also a twisted sense of humor person and everything too. If you can roll with us, you can hang out. So what does it mean when they say trucking is a lifestyle? Because if you have a job, this is pretty much the gist of it. If you have a job, you go to work, punch a clock, do your lunch break, go back, punch a clock, and go home. You go home, drink your PBRs, you know, live in your house and everything. When you drive truck, you're out on the road. You live a lifestyle out on the road. And it consumes your whole life. It really does. You know, people think like I work a 40-hour, 50-hour week, you know, and I have to be at work at 8 a.m., so I wake up at 6:30 a.m. and I have my bowel movement by 7 a.m. and I drink my Sanka and then I kiss the wife goodbye and I drive my 1977 Chevy Corsair or whatever the fuck cars down to the plant and I park and we all walk in our little thing right there and we punch our clock and then we get off and I go home and you know that's you have a job. Your life is at home. You work 8 or 10 hours a day, you go home. Trucking being a lifestyle, when I leave home, I go on the road. And my life usually encompasses driving about 600 miles a day to odd points all around the country, dealing with every bit of adverse weather, adverse conditions, the DOT, you know, the cops. Because as a truck driver, you're basically perceived as a criminal all the time. You have to live the life of being a person constantly under scrutiny, constantly under suspicion, running late to everything. Okay? You got to self-manage. You don't have a manager necessarily or anything watching you all the time. They're like, hey, are you guys over there talking when you should be working? You got to be self-reliant, break down on the road, you do little car accidents, weather, everything. You know, it's a lifestyle. It really is. I've come to realize that over the years too. Trucking is a lifestyle that, and it's going to take you away from home. It's probably going to ruin your home life. Chances are, if you're a truck driver, long haul for a long period of time, and you have a family, you're probably going to get divorced. Chances are, you're going to get ruin your home life, unless you got a good, strong partner at home that supports what you do in order to better the lifestyle for the family, and you take care of everybody and all this kind of stuff. But yeah, trucking, sleeping in the truck, living on the road, eating the food on the road, getting to know every little button point around this country of the good cafes to go to so you can get real food instead of going to fast food. Where can you get good coffee? Where you make coffee in the truck? I do, you know. It's a job that consumes your life. You're doing it so often. It never stops. And this job basically is encompassed by brief moments at home, and then you're right back out on the road. So go home every day and slap your wife on the ass and live that life, you know. Sorry, the chair's starting to hurt my ass. But you usually find too, I mean, I'm always conflicted too, because I want to get out of trucking. It's like, I don't want to do this shit anymore. I want to be home every day, do this, whatever. But once you're home for a while, after you've been out on the road and done this for years, come to find, what ass? No, that's what I mean. My ass hurts because the chair hurts. That 3 weeks on, 3 weeks off. No, you won't make no money doing that. I could see at a minimum, maybe like 3 weeks on, 1 week off. But typically in over the road life, you get 1 day off for every week out. So if you spend 7 weeks on the road, you get a week off. So truckers are road dogs, similar to touring musicians on the road, 300 days of the year. Went home, you miss the road. Went on the road, you miss home. Yeah, it's true. It really is. I mean, it gets into you somehow that driving truck, I can't, like, while I hate it, it's a love-hate constantly. That it's a love-hate where I love being home, but then if you're home too long, there's something like tractor beam kind of thing or something. It just, something is naturally always pulling you back for some reason. It's like you can't, after you've got this in your system, something about it that you can't let go of, even though while I hate it and I want to be at home and everything and all these kind of things, on another end of it, I never feel as fulfilled as when I'm out working as much as possible and everything, which people can say that to your detriment too, that, well, you're too caught up in work, It's like, well, you get to a point you don't know anything different. That Selena and I were just having this conversation too. There are people in this world that have to be employees and they have to have a job. They got, like, when you think of people and how much they can work in a week, some people only have 40 hours in their tank. Hell, some people only have 20 hours in their tank. They can't do more than that. I work my Monday through Friday and I got my shift down at the factory turning that screw. It's like they serve their purpose too. It's like, but they can't. You just come to find a person like that needs a routine like that. They cannot handle this kind of life. They're the kind of people that had an idea to, like, better their life and, like, I'm going to go into over the road truck and make more money for my family. And you come to find 3 to 6 months later, they're like, fuck that. I'm going back to my job, back down at the plant. Like, they want nothing to do with it. They just can't do it, And they probably cut a lot of friction from home and all this kind of stuff too. Like, the wife's threatening to go bang the mailman, or go to a mandingo party or something like that, because you're never home and, I got needs and all this kind of stuff. And it's like, whatever. Been watching your guys' videos for a while now and the live feeds, and the videos and live feeds are awesome. Well, thank you, Jared. You are like a battered spouse. Trucking treats you like crap, but you keep going back. Yeah. Well, trucking treats me better than Selena does. Good for a single dude like me. Yeah. Del Toro. Absolutely trucking. If you're a single dude and you got no overhead, go on the road, live. You know, go see everything around the country, all this kind of crap, whatever. Make your money, stuff it in the bank. That's one thing I tell. Don't go blow it on fancy sneakers and all this kind of shit. If you're gonna do it, build your money up. Live minimally on the road. Live in the truck. Get hotel rooms like I'm doing tonight and everything. Just go and build your money up. That's the best thing anybody can do if you're gonna do this kind of life. Yeah, 4 days max, even if you're out 2 months. Yeah, well, things have kind of changed in trucking too. You can tell a trucking company to fuck off nowadays too. They ain't gonna fire you. Don't worry about it. Watching from Thunder Bay. What's up, Jared? Sorry, I'm just catching up on comments here. There is no money working. Yeah, there's no money working a 40-hour week. That's true. You know, nobody gets rich or nobody really gets ahead. Gets ahead. That's the other. You won't get rich doing that. No, you won't get ahead even. You'll be in debt for the rest of your life if you only work a 40-hour week. Truckers are road. Yeah, I already read that. Sorry. Bang the mailman. Yep. Don't blow your trucker money on blowing girls. Why not? Invest and be smart with it. No, you got to blow some on blow and hookers. You know what I mean? I mean, you got to figure. I've never seen a frown on the face of anybody that just got done snorting a line off a hooker's ass crack. All right. I mean, it's just truth. You will never find a frowning man just after snorting a line of coke off a stripper's ass. I'm just saying. There will never be a frown in that room. So sometimes if you're making good money and stuff, sometimes a little hookers and blow ass crack phenomenon. Yeah, you got to play with that a little bit. You know what I mean? I have yet to have ever seen any person that just snorted a line off a hooker's ass crack had a frown. Remember that. Back to the comments. You work 40 hours a week. What do you do after Wednesday? Yeah. Hell, it's almost what do you do after the first day? And avoid 90% of the lot lizards. Well, yeah, you don't want your dick to melt off. Jesus Christ, Neil. You don't go to the lot lizards. You go pick up single moms at the grocery store where, in front of the Walmart that you're parked out in front of. You go in there and you pick up on single moms, right? They're in there buying box wine and kitty treats, right? You don't get lot lizards, man. Single moms at Walmart that are picking up box wine and kitty litter, right? Look at Selena. Yeah. What's up, Jody? Fucking John, dude. Oh, you fucker. Now, John, yeah, the best beach I ever had. All she wanted was a box of diapers. Just like the Bloodhound Gang song, the lap dance is so much better when the stripper is crying. Perfect. That song personifies the whole thing. Talking about that whole story. If you go back 20 years ago or so, Bloodhound Gang put out their song. The lap dance is so much better when the stripper is crying. That explains that whole analogy perfectly about, like, found out she was doing me just to buy baby formula. At the Walmart and Hy-Vee and possibly Myers, Target. I don't know. They're a little bit more highbrow. You have to find your niche and make trucking fun. Yeah, I mean, like I gotta admit, the things I always enjoyed doing in trucking were all the hazmat work when I was hauling fuel. I really dug hauling fuel tankers. You know, that was one thing I always liked. So I like the challenge of it, constantly having to think about what I was doing and everything kept me in it, you know? In Indiana, Pops is sick. Well, I hope he's doing better, dude. T's and P's, T's and everybody say, you know, was that well, T's and P's is supposed to be like thoughts and prayers, I guess. T's and P's, I always say titties and poon, you know, stuff like that. Screw all that. I'm I'm sending all the love your way with T's and P's, man, titties and poon. All right. Saw an imploded tanker last week, like sucked in, like a milk tanker or something. Like somebody didn't pop their vapor cap, let it breathe. Yeah, like when we did all of our hazmat work, figuring out the placards and stuff. I like the challenge of a little bit more complex work that made you think. You know what I mean? Doing hazmat work, I always liked it because it had this extra air of you had to think about what you were doing. You know what I mean? It had challenge to it and everything. But then too, it became with the added risk and the added uh, legalities of it too. If you screwed your work up, big old tickets were coming down your way and stuff too. So it's kind of like in today's world with all the liability and everybody looking to sue everybody and fuck everybody over. Maybe it's kind of better just as much as it sucks because it's a necessity that all this stuff gets hauled and you know whatever. But it's like it might be like, man, just push off. Hazmat, just leave it alone. The rates ain't that much better anyways. Most of the time, I'm doing just fine hauling reefer freight. I'm probably making better rates a lot of the time than hazmat freight does. So it's like hazmat, suck a dick. See ya. You know what I mean? As much as I used to enjoy doing that work, the payoff to doing it nowadays is really not great. So it's like, and there's so much added liability to it and everything, hauling fuel, hauling explosives and all that kind of stuff like we used to. It's like, just push. Somebody else can deal with it, whatever. You know, I'm not going to do it anymore. Oh my God, I finished a 6-pack. What am I going to do with myself? I'm going to finish another 6-pack. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, God. Oh, Jesus Christ. What did I miss? Oh, shit. Missed a bunch. Did you have a def tanker? Yeah, it's not hazmat, though, is it? Def. Yeah, def you don't have to placard. I suck one at. Yeah, I suck one in at prime slightly. Oh, a food grade. Yeah, they're food grade tankers. Yeah. Yeah, if you don't pop the vapor cap, let it breathe, all of a sudden you're sucking a bulkhead in or something like that. It's no joke, too, especially when you're hauling things like syrup. I could get away with it when I was hauling fuel, because fuel and gas, because it was lighter and it wouldn't cause as much vacuum. But when you're hauling things like water, heavy liquids, heavy oils, syrups, and all that kind of stuff on food grade, yeah, if you forget to pop that vapor cap so it can breathe, that's when you see those tankers going down the road with a bulkhead that's all sucked in, caved in. It's like, yeah, somebody forgot to breathe that thing right. They forgot to pop the vent. So it's like, oops, whoops a daisy. Good God, I missed all kinds of comments. Like when you got pulled in Utah, Nevada line, and we had 20 placards. Yeah, we had some like seriously like 5 or 6 placards or something like that, I think. And they couldn't find anything wrong. Yeah, because we did our shit right and placarded it right. And they're like, yeah, we gotta find something. Nope. I have a hazmat endorsement, but never haul it. Yeah, I mean it's just What's up, Scotty? Yeah, having a hazmat is just good to have because even if you don't use it every day, I always had the thing of, say, you're looking for a load, all right, and you're in a market. Say you're sitting in Chicago, okay, and you're looking for a load, and you got 10 trucks lined up right next to you looking for a load too, but you got Pendejo and you got Vladimir and you got all these dudes that I know that sounds bad, but roll with me. I'm just joking. Um, but you got all these dudes lined up right next to you with dry vans or a reefer or whatever, and none of them have a hazmat, but you do. And magically, right there in Chicago, a load pops up that it's a hazmat load though. You need a tanker endorsement and a hazmat because it's a load of corrosive or something basic too. But the fact that you have your hazmat endorsement and none of these dudes do, you get the load. Meanwhile, they get to sit around jacking their puds. Think about that. Sometimes it pays to have your hazmat just so you can even just get out of a market where all these dudes still got to sit around until tomorrow so they can go find a load of frozen shit or something like that while you got a load of corrosive chemicals or something like that. Corrosive, big deal. You know what I mean? It's not like you're hauling, oh my God, the world's gonna burn down or something like that. It's just you're hauling bleach or something like that. Who cares? You know, they get you out of a market though. And you might get a good rate for it too, So you strap fireworks, 1.4, yeah. Yeah, I mean, fireworks is one thing. I mean, of course, 4th of July season and all that kind of stuff. Um, like me and Selena, we drove everything. We drove radioactive, we drove 1.1 explosives, we drove everything. So, yeah, we know what it's all about. What's better than a 6-pack of good beer? The next 6-pack. There you go, bro. A lot of 1.1, 1.4 when I was in oil. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, if you've done hazmat, it's kind of like whether you're hauling 1.1 or flammable or corrosive or whatever. It's like you put the placard on and you go. You know what I mean? It's like after a while, no matter what you're doing, none of it really bothers you. You know what I mean? It's like whatever. I've known guys that are like, I don't do hazmat. That freaks me out. Oh, I can't handle that. Got to haul a lot of military stuff. FedEx Custom Critical, White Glove Division. Yeah, I've heard about all that shit too. We did the same thing at Tri-State TSMT. We hauled all the hazmat shit for the military and all that kind of stuff. I think we hauled a jet wing once, hauled a science experiment from Massachusetts to Florida. Yeah, we did medicinals, we did radioactive, all the explosives, corrosives, weaponry, all kinds of stuff. We did all that too. And ultimately looking back, it's like Well, it was kind of cool time, like, hey, like a little feather in your cap that you hauled this kind of stuff or whatever. Ultimately, what was the difference? Nothing. Screw it. Yeah, aside from not having your hazmat, um, but having your tanker endorsement can be a big help in a lot of ways, especially because you come to find out a lot of loads you got to haul totes. Totes are the 119 gallons or more, but even those metal caged with the plastic insert totes and all that kind of stuff, that you come to find out hauling totes and everything too is a tanker endorsement. So if you don't have a tanker endorsement, you kind of like left yourself out, your cheese out in the wind on that load. So, but your doubles, triples, and your tankers endorsements are easy to come by. Go get them. Your hazmat requires paying the fee and doing your background check and all that kind of crap, and then go down and take the test and whatever. Then you get your hazmat, and it's no big deal. But hauling hazmat, just like I said, you got the major bulk of all the truck drivers out here, and most of them are going to have, say, their tanker endorsement or something like that, hauling reefers, hauling dry vans, whatever. even hauling flatbed and all this kind of stuff. Most of them are going to have, but a lot of them, you step up into like that top tier fringe of guys that have hazmat, and it's actually getting harder to get your hazmat. So if you are able to get your hazmat, you can put yourself in a more valuable position potentially. Some places are just going to say, "Oh, we don't care about that." All right, but you know, if you have it, cool. I would definitely say though, at least have your tanker endorsement. Doubles and triples, maybe. Um, depending on what you do. Like I just haul 53s. I don't even need my double triple anymore. When we moved down to Texas and we transferred our licenses, uh, I did not re-up my hazmat, so I don't have hazmat right now. If I want to go get it, I'll just go back and get it, of course. But um, the carrier I'm with doesn't do hazmat anyway, so I don't need it. And put out the extra effort and the extra money right now, especially, is something I can go down and remedy within, a matter of minutes. That go do my background check and fingerprinting and all that kind of crap, and then go take the test when that comes back. And like within a couple of weeks, I could have my hazmat back, so it's not a big deal. But for now, I don't need it. I'm not worried about it. So, whatever. I'm good. But it can pay off sometimes. Just saying. I like getting. Yeah, I like getting rear-ended in Dallas. Selena likes getting rear-ended in Dallas. Hilarious. Yeah, Neil, just get all your endorsements. If you got it in your toolbox, just go ahead and get them. And especially your hazmat, you can make yourself more attractive to employers in some situations if you have your hazmat already. So just if you're willing to do it, go do it. Doing hazmat's not a big deal. People are like, oh my God, the world's gonna blow up or something like that. So, no, don't matter. Yeah, tanker endorsement is important too. Those totes are considered tanks. Yep. Have you done flatbed or LTL deliveries? Yes. I have basically done just about everything in trucking, aside from a few oddities, but I've done van, reefer, flatbed, landalls, low boys, heavy equipment, tankers across the entire board, tanker trains, super tankers, doubles, triples, Rocky Mountain doubles, hazmat, like Rocky Mountain doubles with tankers. I used to haul fuel throughout Nevada, Utah, Idaho, and everything. And that was all Rocky Mountain double super or tanker trains that they called it, um, with weight limits up to 129,000 pounds and all this kind of stuff and whatever. So, yeah, I mean, dropped hazmat like 4 years ago and I continue to make money. Yeah, I mean, me too. Look at me. Those are ICB containers or Gaylords. Gaylord. Explosive and radioactive. We called it blow and glow. Yeah, expediting was a fun but great experience, but want to stick to regular trucking. And yeah, it just becomes easier after a while. If you're making good money anyways, why put yourself into that situation? You're doing a great job. Reefer is where the money is. Yep, pretty much. When I was doing reefer, I hauled lemon juice in big bags, which required tankers. Yep. Tank and double and triple have been very useful. Yep. I have doubles endorsement, but never used it. Yeah, I mean, doubles and triples is pretty specific. It has like a very finite. You get into something like we used to haul doubles for ABF. I worked for FedEx and hauled doubles when I'd have my doubles triples when I hauled fuel tankers because I was doing truck and trailer and tanker trains and all that kind of stuff. So Selena does Dallas. Oh, you guys. Yeah, I haven't even went to a Class A school, but already have the tanker and doubles triples endorsement on my CDL permit license. Cool. Yeah, good. Get them all, dude. Go get your hazmat. Gonna get hazmat once I figure out which state I want to be in for a while. Don't want to waste the money. Yeah, I mean, there's states that pretty much if you're gonna transfer your hazmat to another state, you're gonna have to pay again. So yeah, keep that in mind. I could have been on ice road truckers with my experience. Yeah, they don't pay enough. Fuck them. Gay fucker. Would you ever go to Alaska and drive the Dalton Highway? Nope, not anymore. When ice road truckers came out, like 15 years ago or whatever it was, I actually checked that, got online, and I'm all tapping away. How do I become an ice road trucker? Because I want to make more money and I want to be cool. And you come to find out, was it worth it? No. Fuck all that. Screw that. Could I have done it? Sure. I saw some contractors that were hiring to go to Alaska. Now the Canadian side of it, Americans, especially after the first season of Ice Road Truckers, and they were up in Canada doing that thing. I do remember checking into it because I'm all about I want to make more money, and the thing of going to Canada and being an ice road trucker up there, that they had to exhaust all Canadian drivers first before they would hire Americans. So, and especially after Ice Road Truckers went on TV the first season, the following season, of course, there was this major influx of applicants that came in from America, especially too, that I want to come up and make all that money or something like that. Well, Canada had specific labor laws and stuff that they had to hire Canadian drivers first, and then they could entertain American applicants. Well, after the first season of Ice Road Truckers that happened in Canada, they were inundated with applications of everybody wanting to come drive the ice roads and stuff. So the American guys got all kicked out of that. Now, on the other end, yeah, the Dalton Highway in Alaska, that was a whole other thing too. I checked into it a long time ago. I can't even tell you anymore. Back in the 2000s, like 2006, 2007, 8, whatever. I was checking into that kind of stuff too to think about like, oh, I can go make more money and whatever. Could I have done it? Yeah, I'm sure. I just would have to find the right company to get on to do it with. Never found it. Just maybe the internet at the time, web pages, all that kind of stuff. Didn't know the proper places to go look for it, so never happened. Could it have happened? Possibly. It would have been something to do. It would have been a little check mark on my, like I said, the feather in my cap or my bucket list thing or whatever to mark off that I did it, you know. Would it have been cool or not? I don't know. But I don't know. Yep, dash for the cash. You can find out too. It's like, if you just remain patient sometimes, like everybody jumping off, oh, ice road trucking, I want to go make all this money and stuff like that. Is it legit? In some senses, but for the most part, you come to find out most people don't make out any better by chasing after that. So, would you ever go to Alaska driving? I mean, like I said, there's a few bucket list things in trucking that I always want to do. I wanted to go to the outback in Australia and drive those long tanker trains. I got there like 5 tankers long and shit. I always want to try that just to do it, just even once. You know what I mean? Um, yeah, the Alaska Highway, maybe. Yeah, be worth trying, even once. Just go do it. That'd be cool. So, people checking out us. Good night, Aaron. Yeah, ice road truckers, as far as I saw too, yeah, everybody started piling on after a while, and it was all BS after a while. So, like when they made that ice road trucker show, the first season, maybe two, was kind of legit. After that, it all just became, scripted BS or something like that. So, screw them. You know what I mean? So, we'll tell you what. Been on here almost 2 hours. I'm getting hungry. I think I'm gonna go find some food real quick. Um, anyway, I'm gonna try and start putting up multiple little shorter videos a day, so you can check in and see what's going on with all that. But hopefully that gives a little bit more content. I'm trying to be better about putting up some videos. You know what I mean? If I try to hold on to all the footage and try to make these hour-long videos because I got to edit and put it all together and export it and do all this stuff. Today I put up 5 videos in a very short periods of time and stuff like that. I made it very simple. So hopefully give you a little bit more, you know. So yeah, get into the shorts as well. Yeah. So anyway, we'll get out of here for the night. It's been almost 2 hours. Thanks for checking in though. Like, share, subscribe, you know, stick a thumb up your ass, you know, and then lick it. Get the shits. Yeah. YouTube only promotes 3 videos per 24 hours. Okay. And 3 per day. Okay. I mean, thanks, Scotty. Yeah. I don't know the algorithms or anything. I mean, there are channels I see put up multiple videos a day, you know, like half a dozen videos a day, and their subs only keep shooting through the roof and their views are good. So I don't know. Like I said, I don't care enough to really make it my focus, but it's like hey, I'll just put up some videos, hey, you know. So on that note, though, thanks, Scotty. I'll pay attention to that, and got my drop in the morning. I'll start filming some more in the morning, and we'll check back tomorrow. All right. So good night, everybody. Be sure to subscribe. Hopefully, give us a thumbs up. All that junk. All right. Cool. All right. Good night, guys.